Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for being here today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my goodness. So June is come and gone. We are well into July. And what that means is it is now time for me to do a monthly, what did I do last month? And I do this for multiple reasons. One, I personally think I make a lot of stuff. And then I do the monthly thing and I'm like, maybe not as much as I thought, right? Some months, like this month, I actually did a lot. And I didn't feel like it during the weeks because there were projects that I wasn't able to show. And that's because I was part of the crochet duel with Lori from the Armchair Chef. And if you did not watch that live, oh my gosh, that was absolutely hilarious. You need to go check out the live where I was making bulky items. I'll show them to you today. But I was making bulky items and she was working with smaller yarn. And what we did find out is neither one of us likes the other person's preferred choice. I can work with bulky yarn. It is not my preference. She was able to make beautiful projects using smaller yarn. Definitely not her preference. I guess we'll just stick with our own little wheel wells, but it was a lot of fun and it was a great challenge. So definitely go check that out. So would you like to see what was accomplished in the month of June? Of course you would. I'm going to go ahead, not really in any particular order. I've got things spread out all over. I tried to, you know, get a bag, right, and toss things in it that I knew I was going to be showing. And sometimes that works and sometimes I still forget, but whatever, it's okay. Well, I'm going to go with this cute little thing right here, just because it's sitting in front of me. This is a cute little knit basket. This is Knit Chick Basket. Okay, it looks angry. I'm not gonna lie, that looks angry. This was a free pattern and I did this for part of the Mystery Yarn Challenge for June. There was a list of content creators and patterns to choose from if you wanted to play along, and of course I did. And I made this. And there were a lot of, and I did this because it was fast and easy and I just didn't have a lot of things to show having gotten finished, and I really wanted to show something. So that's why I made this. There were suggestions to make a second one and give it to one of the grandkids as a little slipper, or put maybe a little plant in there. And I love the idea of a little plant, like one of those little air plants, a little tiny, just a little tiny clay pot. And there you go, just something really cute and adorable. So that's the one thing. We'll see if anyone wants it, you know, the grandkids or anything. I don't know. But I made it, right? And along that same vein, there were some other things with that list to work through, and some of them were the strawberry stitch. We had the crocheted strawberry stitch right there, which I thought was so much fun, and the knit strawberry stitch. So I was able to make both. And then I didn't want to just make a headband or something, although that would have been faster and it would have been fine. So I did the plain stockinette hat here for the strawberry stitch. And then this one, I did a very textured crochet. And this is triple crochet followed by a single, and then a single crochet. And then the next row, you're triple crocheting your single crochets and single crocheting your triples. And that creates that nice nubbly feeling. And it does feel great. My personal thing on both of these, when you hold them both together, I like the crocheted one better. I really do. This, I think, at the bottom of a little girl's dress, you can do the bobbles, crochet, or knit. Even if you are knitting the dress, you could still crochet in the bobbles if you have both skills, right? So just, they both look pretty similar, right? You're not lacking if you use one. You know what I mean? If it's like, well, I have to use knit bobbles because I'm knitting my garment. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you know how to crochet, you definitely don't. And then there's side by side, you can see what they both look like, and then you can choose. I don't think there's a large enough difference that, you know, even if you were a purist, you had to do them one way or the other. If you've got the skills and talents, do what you want to do. So here's 2 more projects. Oh my goodness. And I can't wait to see those on the little girls. I think those are just absolutely adorable. And let's see. Another project that I got done, I'm still working my squares, not as much as I was because so many other things are coming in the way. And it's summer. Got lots of things going on. This is our Poent Square number 22. And she has put out a square a week every single week this year, all the way up to the end of the year. And they're free for the first week only. So definitely bookmark her, follow her, and collect the squares. Even if you don't want to make it today, you might want to make it later on. And collect the ones that you like. You know, some of them are going to tickle your fancy more than others. There's 52. You're not going to love every one of them, right? I mean, that's just, we all have different tastes. So far, I thought they've all been absolutely fantastic. There are some I enjoy more than others, but that's just how that rolls. But this was square number 22. Did get another one done. I'm using the Big Twist Value yarn, and I can get 2 squares out of 1 skein of the yarn. So that's nice. And my squares are 17 inches. I'm using size 8 knitting needles, and I will crochet those together with a size H crochet hook. So I thought that was a lot of fun. Let's see, another one. And this, I know you're gonna, it's not done, the ends aren't woven in, it's done. I will weave in the ends, and then I'm gonna deliver this to my local yarn store because they're gonna put it on display. This is the Bitty Spruce pattern, and it is my second one. It's the only one I made in June. I made this one also. This is both of them are using Queensland Collection Coastal Cotton. Just absolutely adorable. I used 2 hanks of this, obviously because of the border. 1 full hank for all the color work, and then the border took another hank. This one also did get into the second skein, so you do need the 2. I made the largest size for the Bitty Spruce, which is a 2T. I did make this one a little bit bigger than that one because, well, I already made one. I kind of knew how to add a couple stitches. And that yarn, like I said, is this right here. It's the Queensland Collection Coastal Cotton, 100% cotton, number 4 worsted weight yarn, 185 yards. Easy care, easy to work with. So those are the little ones that I made. And like I said, I'll weave in the ends and then take that over to my local yarn store, probably sometime this week. I know that next month for us in Colorado, we've got a yarn crawl going on from 3 through 11 August. So I know she wants to have things set up for that. And, you know, just different samples and different things to display and show the product. Yes. And how well it works up and how pretty it is. And the next couple things that I worked on, these are from Fiber Flux, not Fiber, sorry, that's a different one. Fiber Spider. This is from Fiber Spider. And this is the Stained Glass Granny, I think it is. I'll link that one down below. Last year I made a full blanket with this with all sorts of bright neon colors and bordered in black. Erin from the Crafting Kitty highlighted Fiber Spider, and when she highlights a specific content creator, if you make something from that content creator and send her a picture, well, you have to follow her and find out, but you're entered into contests and stuff, and it's just a nice way for the community to come together and support each other, different content creators, etc. So here's the other one, and I changed this one up a little bit. This one, you'll see all of that lattice work is on this side, and then this side is where you caught everything. Well, on this one, I did half the lattice work on each side, right? So there you go. No real discernible difference. And I think they're a lot of fun. They are. It's a great way to work on and playing with different patterns, different stitches that you wouldn't normally play with. And I really like the effect. And these feel amazing. So my idea was to make pot holders or something for on the table. Nice, bright, that time of year, yellow, cheerful. But I mean, they can still definitely be used for that, but they feel so nice as a luxury washcloth. So if you're short on gifts and you're wanting something, it's another really good one. So that's a lot of fun. Another project that I got into, still needs a little comb, but I don't know, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. This is my emotional support chicken. This was the 3rd one that I've made. Think I'm gonna take a rest for a little while, don't know. You know, it might get the little comb on it, it might not. I mean, they do look better with it. See, this one has it on there. This is worsted weight yarn. This is fingering weight yarn, just so you can see the difference on the size. But I did get this one done. Absolutely enjoy it. I received the orange yarn in a Mystery Yarn Challenge box, so fingering weight yarn, and the blue is Knit Picks Stroll Brights. And they get the cute little eyes. And the yellow is just some random yellow that I just had about that much of, right? Because you don't need a lot for that. But finished it, and then I did the bottom with that bright blue. I wanted to stripe it. But by the time I was ready to do the gusset, I just wasn't there for it. I got the gusset done. I got it on there. Truthfully, I forgot it has a gusset. I made 3 of these things, and you would think that I would remember that it has a gusset. As soon as I got the body of the chicken done, it's just like flat chicken. I'm like, cool, I can stuff it. I can sew it together and stuff, and it's done. No, you can't. It needs a gusset. So you would think after 3 times I would have remembered that. I didn't. But I did finish it. So I feel good about that because, truthfully, not everything gets finished. It just doesn't. And that's okay because in life, well, life's short. I do crafting and it brings me joy. And if that one's not bringing me joy, whatever it was, I move on. It brought me joy up until that point, right? And then sometimes things will be repetitive and crazy. You're like, I don't want to play anymore. And I'll move on to something else that does bring me joy. And these videos help me to say, how much am I abandoning and how much am I actually finishing? Because in my mind, I finish a lot. That's right. It's all in my mind and that's where it stays. All right, so some other things. It was a very productive month. For those that have been around, I make socks for my family every year for Christmas. And I finished my first pair of socks. This is from oldest son. These are the size 13. So I got the biggest ones out of the way first. And it's a wool yarn, and I did get it at the thrift store. I got a partial skein of the gray and a partial skein of the yellow. I used all the gray that I had, and then I have a little bit of that yellow left, so I thought that was perfect. $2, man, $2, right? I'm like all over that. And like I said, I felt this yarn before. It's a great yarn. I don't know the brand name for real, but it is a wool yarn, and it does feel nice. So my first pair of socks for the year, yes! Got them done in June. So like 9+ more pair to go because I generally give around 10 pair away. So I've got a few more pairs to go, but I started, right? And starting is half the battle. I did it. So that's really exciting. And then let's see, I do have my bulky projects, but I'm going to go ahead and show you one more thing before I get to those. This right here is a sweater I started and finished in June. I looked at the dates and I did this thing in 3 weeks. That is crazy. I'm like, that is totally insane. And this is called Kaylee. And this is another Queensland collection yarn. The yarn is called Myrtle. And nice mint green. I used 5 skeins of this. And I'll go ahead and I'll insert a picture of me standing up wearing it because, holding it up like that, it doesn't look as pretty. But that's this yarn right here, Myrtle. And this is a number 4 worsted weight yarn, and it has 180 yards, 100 grams. The color is seafoam, and it's 100% lyocell. They say it's vegan silk, so I'm like, whatever, feels nice. So I used 5 of those. I've got quite a bit left. I did buy 7, so I get 2.5 left because I didn't use all of the 5. So I've got plenty of yarn left on that. If you've been around, you've seen this. Right here, this is what inspired me. This is the actual pattern. I love that lace at the bottom and then the lace on the sleeves. I didn't make mine as long on the sleeves. After I tried it on, I was good with it not putting any more length on the sleeves than just pretty much once I broke for the underarms, it was good. So I was happy with that. So there. And now on to my bulky stuff. That's right, I did the bulky yarn challenge with Lori. And this is why throughout most of the month, I didn't feel like I got anything done because I wasn't able to show you things that I had worked on. So this is the bulky shawl, and you definitely want to go check out the live. There's reasons. We'll put it that way. Definitely go watch the live. So this is the shawl that I made. And I'm going to have to put a picture of it up, and I'll have the pattern, what the name of it is. It is a free pattern. I'll have the name. I can't remember it right offhand. This is all done in herringbone single crochet, which I started it down here with the herringbone single crochet. I really did. And then when I set it down, it took 4 balls, right? When I set it down and was working on something else, when I picked it back up, I was looking at the pattern and it said HSC, herringbone single crochet. I had to look that up on how to do that stitch for one thing. Well, when I picked it back up after, working on like my sweater and stuff, I saw the HSC, and what registered in my brain was half double crochet. So that's what I finished it in. And you can see like over here, it was, the first ball I had the herringbone single crochet. And then you can see here where I definitely changed it to the half double crochets. And I did finish it off over here with the herringbone single. That's okay. I've got some pictures with it on where I tried to style it on the mannequin. Because this is big. It's a big blanket thing. It is hot right now. I don't want to drape it over top of me anymore. But it is huge. It is big. And it will belong to somebody else. It will. So definitely go check out the live. So that was there. And I'm happy to have gotten done with it. I used four of these. This is the Himalayan Air wool, and crocheted the 4 of those in that nice, I've had 2 different colors in that one. Both of them had the nice that nice hot green in it. So it blended really, really well. But this is the yarn that I had used with that. It is a bulky yarn. I can't see, it had 170 yards for 100 grams. And I used 4 of them. I used all 4 of those. So once I finished that for the bulky yarn challenge, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I used my bulky yarn. I did good. But if you're following along, you saw that I had some friends and things sending me yarn. Like my friend Susan, she sent me, okay, I moved it. She sent me Mega Cakes wool yarn, 2 of them, really big, thick yarn. Well, it's a beautiful gray. And I did knit this, but I already did the crochet. For the crochet bulky yarn, the whole thing was for me to use bulky yarn. So I did the crochet shawl and this nice knit hat. This is got that wool mix in it. Where's the ball at? I don't know. It fell off the shelf. So it's, yeah. So that right there was my second project that I made. Because, she sent me that and it was so wonderful of her. And she was taunting me. I mean, Susan and I know each other. She was definitely taunting me and I'm here for it. I mean, no shade, no nothing. Thank you very much, Susan. That was great. And this is the hat that I made. And I wanted to make something with this. To me, this looked like it can be boy, man or woman. It really can. But you know how sometimes men, they're like, no, I want plain, I want black, I want no fancy stitches, and that's all I want. And us women were like, ew, I want to do something nice. Or not that that's not nice, but we want to do something exciting for us that fires our brain. Fancy stitches, bubbles, and cables, and lace, and just all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And men don't necessarily want that. So I wanted this to be a good unisex hat that a man would go, wow, that's really nice. It's, it doesn't really, it's not popping with all sorts of crazy, because sometimes guys want subtle. So that's what I stuck with on that one. And then I heard Lori was making more than one project. I didn't know how many, but I knew she made multiple thin small yarn projects, and I just couldn't be one upped like that, right? I mean, I made the one big bulky thing, but I couldn't be one upped where she's made multiple and I just made one and going, okay, I met your challenge. So I made another one. So Deb got me, because I was getting bulky yarn in the mail and crochet hooks, right? Because the taunting continued. So I got this big twist t-shirt yarn, and it wasn't hard to work with. It wasn't bad to work with, but I'm telling you, the projects you make with this are going to be heavy. I mean, it was crazy how heavy that turned out to be. I don't have the ball band right with me, so I don't remember how many yards and how much that weighed. But I went ahead and I made a hat with that. And I started out and I had needles that were way too small for that yarn, but I still knit the brim with it. And then I did some double yarn overs and dropped the second yarn over to stretch out those stitches after the fact. And this is an absolutely adorable hat. This is, to me, it is so, so cute. I mean, look at this. Look how cute that is. That is absolutely adorable. Look at that. So that's what I made with this. And I don't know, I mean, I could weigh that to see if there's enough in here to make a second one, but I really think the hat is absolutely adorable. So those are all of my projects that I was able to accomplish this month. I mean, look at this. Let me see if I can hold up some of, what did I do with my bag? I emptied the bag. Oh, I threw it in another bag. So I got all of these different things, right? I mean, I've got this stuff and you know, and I'm working on all of this, and I've got blue things, and here's my chicken down here, and, you know, I mean, there you go. It's a lot. I was able to, I was able to accomplish a lot this month, a lot more than I had realized, because I do remember earlier on in the month, I was looking at it and going, wow, I'm not doing anything. I'm not really accomplishing much. I've not got a lot really worked on. And then, you know, going like this and going, oh, wait, there is a lot. It's kind of crazy. And I still got the sweater and the shawl and all of that other stuff. So I guess, you know, I should just not worry about it, not compare me to anybody else, and not compare me to me, because there are some times where I do a lot and sometimes I don't. And, you know, you'll get that little talking inside your head, and just continue, because one stitch counts. And before you know it, holy cow, you got something done. I mean, wow, that's just all there is to it. As long as you don't quit and you pick things back up, there's a chance that it can get done. For that matter, I've been called out on a few things going, hey, where's this? I remember seeing this. Where's that? I remember seeing that. And it spurred me to pull those things back out of those particular bags and everything and add a few more rows. Is it going to get done anytime soon? No, but it's not been pulled out. And every time I grab it and add a few more rows, it's closer to being done. You know, that's just how that works. One stitch counts. That's it. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching everything that I got accomplished in the month of June 2024. Thank you so much for being part of my channel, coming, liking, subscribing, watching, and supporting me in all the ways that you do. It is so greatly appreciated. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. Bye-bye.